So the big question is this: how are marketers like us, who don't cut corners and rely on hype-filled, black hat, scammy marketing, who are always focused on providing value first and over-delivering for our customers with every single purchase they make, how do we market our products and services in a way that allows us to get our message out into the world, dominate the competition, and create a lifestyle of freedom and abundance without sacrificing sales and profit? That's the riddle, and on this show, you'll find the answer. Hey, my name's Misha Wilson, and welcome to Marketing with Misha.
What is going on, everyone? Misha Wilson here, coming at you for another episode of Marketing with Misha. Let me know what your name is and where you're coming in from with a quick comment as you hop on and pay attention to this entire Facebook Live. And with that said, let me know with a quick yes that you can see and hear me loud and clear. I know I'm coming online super late night for most people, so I don't expect a big turnout, but I wanted to go ahead and hop on here and share literally one of the most important lessons when it comes to how you can frame things in your mind to get yourself to do hard stuff, to get yourself to do stuff you wouldn't usually want to do, and to get yourself through certain, things that will come up that may be challenges in a way that is so much more enjoyable, so much more fulfilling, and at the end of the day, a whole hell of a lot more profitable. So give me some comments, likes, hearts, and shares if you guys get value. And with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and dive right in. So today I wanna talk about the power of the label that you essentially put on certain things that happen throughout your actual life experience and your business experience, and how that label massively determines the experience that you're going to have around the actual thing that you do. So quick story, we had a live event, I believe it was last March, and all of our live events for this year, our workshops will kick back in after the whole COVID-19 thing, but all our live events for this year kind of got sidetracked for obvious reasons, right? But we had a live event last March, and essentially just everything that could have possibly went wrong, right? A bunch of stuff happened in the marketplace kind of as we were getting ready to go ahead and lead into the event. All kinds of stuff happened when it comes to a compliance standpoint within the marketplace. It kind of spooked out a whole bunch of people within the marketplace. Our sales dipped for a little while there. Our sales totally tanked for a while, just based on the fact that there was so much fear, uncertainty, and panic in the marketplace at that period of time. And really, as a result, I had this live event where I had a bunch of overhead. Live events are not cheap. If you've been to one of our events, they usually run somewhere between 130 and 150,000 at the minimum. Then if I really want to get wild with it and out on more stuff, it's just more from there. And so again, they're not cheap. So I had this live event where it was, we weren't selling the kind of tickets we were wanting to sell. We ended up not selling the kind of tickets we wanted to sell. We had all these fixed costs. There's the obvious stress around the finances stuff. And we were going to break even at the live event. We offer our coaching programs at the live event. I knew that we were going to at least break even, but it wasn't going to be some huge profitable workshop and event. And it was kind of bumming me out for a long time. It was like, crap, we've had these two awesome events leading into this, and the whole marketplace seemingly kind of burned down, and this event's going to be so painful. There's only going to be 40 people in the crowd, and I think there was maybe 50 people in the crowd. And God, I'm going to have to deal with, the whole thing where I told everyone this was going to be a big event, and there's only going to be 50 people there after our last event, had like 150 people. And this whole thing just kind of sucks, and this is going to be really painful, and I'm not going to enjoy this. And that's kind of the frame of mind that I was going into the event for, a good 2, 3, 4 month period of time. As we did this promotion, we couldn't make sales of the tickets to save our lives. And at a certain point, I came to the realization that, look, we probably aren't going to fill out the room. Look, we probably aren't going to have $1 million weekend like we have in the past. We probably aren't going to absolutely crush this event and have the best, biggest, most fun, most profitable event for the company, compared to our other ones. But with that said, maybe it can still be something super beneficial. Maybe it can still be something that, can have a huge impact on our attendees. Maybe it can be something that can have a huge impact on myself. And instead of labeling it as painful, it's gonna suck, this is gonna be something that I hate, and God, I'm doing all this work with getting nothing back, etc. Instead of applying all of those painful, negative, drag me down style of labels to the actual experience, I completely and totally flipped it. And I looked at it and I said, look, this is going to be a really interesting period. This might be a little bit of a challenge to get the room super fired up, but I like challenges. That's just kind of inherently within me, right? So I'm going to have the extra challenge of getting the room fired up when the room is a little bit smaller. And it's going to be interesting to see how people kind of interact when it's a little bit smaller and what the vibe is in the room when it's a little bit smaller. But it also may be way more intimate, right? It also may be, an experience for me to get more, close proximity with all of our various, students and members, so that I can gain more insight into what's holding them back, into what's stopping them. So I can, look at our various students and look for various talent within our students for people to maybe hire various people from our student kind of base to work on the actual team. And the minute I flipped that label from this is gonna be painful, this is gonna be stressful, this is gonna suck, to essentially reframing it as this is going to be a challenge, this is going to be interesting, but this actually could be super beneficial in its own unique way. Literally, the entire thing changed for me. The entire experience changed for me. How I was showing up as an actual, leader, entrepreneur, and mentor in, our community completely and totally changed. And the event ended up being a small event, right? I kind of had to eat some humble pie in not getting as many people at the actual event. But instead of looking at it from shame and looking at it from humiliation and looking at it from, God, I'm not good enough to get people in the event, I looked at it from the perspective of how can we make this as beneficial an event as humanly possible. And what I can say is that during that 3-day period of time, I networked with more members than I ever have at any other event, because when you got, 150 plus people at an event, you just literally physically can't talk to each and every single one of them, for as long as they each want to talk to you and get through the 3 days. Like, it isn't physically possible, right? So during those 3 days, I networked and I connected with more people than I ever have in a more intimate fashion than I ever have. I gave more golden nuggets, more pieces of advice, and this is a reason why you've got to get to the events in the future. I gave more, content, value, and secrets away for free than I almost ever have, because I had, again, more close conversations with our members, and they might have got me a little bit drunk at times, but we had a really good time at the actual event. And at the end of the day, we actually ended up finding 2 different people, and we've actually had 2 smaller events. Our first event ever, didn't necessarily get the amount of people that I wanted there, and that was because we did it in Maui, and a lower ticket event in Maui is not the right idea. But what ended up coming out of that event was Amber and Judith going ahead and joining the team, and what ended up coming out of this last event that we had in March 2019, Clinton joined the team. And he's been super valuable on the back end with tech stuff. He's given so much support to all of our various members. He's given so much, guidance and assistance to everyone when it comes to technical stuff. And he's done so much cool stuff for me. And none of that would have happened if I would have gone in with, this is going to suck. This is going to be painful. Let me self-medicate with alcohol through this thing. And let me get through this thing as, just let me just get through this thing. If that was my mindset, nothing positive would have came of the actual experience. And the only way that I was able to get out of that experience and through that experience, I should say, and get through it in a way that was beneficial to the company, which it ended up being, which was beneficial to the attendee, which it ended up being super beneficial to the attendee, because again, I had more time to devote to each and every single person there. And then again, get through just, it as being beneficial to me, was to look at the various labels I was applying and completely and totally transform those labels. So understand again that if you're going into an activity and you're telling yourself it's going to be painful, it's going to be stressful, and it's going to be something that's going to suck, well, guess what? No matter what that activity is, it's going to be painful, it's going to be stressful, and it's going to suck. Give me some comments, likes, hearts, and shares if you guys are getting value. If every single time I did a Facebook Live like this, I did the Facebook Live and I said, oh God, I got to go live for 10 minutes and this is going to be painful. I don't feel like going live. It's Sunday afternoon and there's probably only going to be 10 people on here with me because I'm coming on late and this whole thing, is not going to be super fruitful and I don't know why I'm doing this thing. This thing's going to suck. The entire time I do the Facebook Live, that's the experience that I'd go ahead and have. But if I went into it just a little bit more open-minded, and if I went into it with different labels saying, look, this is going to be a test. How many people can I get on a Facebook Live, at 4:19 p.m. Hawaii time, probably 10:19 p.m. Eastern time? How many people can I get on? This is going to be interesting. This is going to be a challenge. This is going to be something new. If I go in with those labels, I completely transform the lens that I'm looking at the activity through. And the minute you transform that lens that you're looking at the activity through, the minute you perceive the activity much differently, and as a result of perceiving the activity differently, your experience in doing the activity is massively different as a whole. So please understand that perception is reality. Your perception might be very different than my perception. And that's why two people can literally do and see the exact same thing and have massively different, experiences and see massively different things and feel massively different about that exact same thing. Your, again, perception is your reality. And the minute you change the labels, the minute you change the perception, the minute you change your experience, the minute you truly change your reality. You don't need a bunch of results. You don't need a bunch of money. You don't need a bunch of anything in order to go ahead and do it. You just have to look at how you're looking at things and then decide to change it starting right now. So that's my message for the day. Give me some comments, likes, hearts, and shares if you guys got value. Let me know with a quick comment. Give me a hashtag value if you guys got value. Zach, what's going on, brother? Dell. Jill, good to see you. I never see you on these, but good to see you. Hope you guys are doing well and safe. Estina, hope everyone's safe. Good to see everyone. Lisa, good to see you. I will shoot you a message here in a bit, Lisa. Jason, good to see all you guys. Appreciate each and every single one of you. And until next time, over and out. Later, guys.